What's up, guys? Team Mesfera here. Name's gonna change soon. Don't worry. Still figuring it out, but this is my Phantom Knight deck. I've planned to play this since they revealed Torn Scales. I've been playing it since Phantom Rage came out, and now that my area started doing locals since I started going back to locals since January. I've been doing very, very good with locals. Since then, I even won the past weekend's locals, and I won the one before that. Undefeated both times. But moving on to the deck profile. For monsters, we got 3 Torn Scales. He's a Foolish Burial, and he can summon himself back. He's amazing. If you open him with if you can get him on board while you have a danger in hand, that's insane. 3 of the other best one, Silent Boots. This free summon and searches any of the spells and traps. I've seen some people playing 2. I think 3 is the best way. 2 Cloak. 3 can be kind of bricky sometimes, but like he searches all your monsters. 1 Gloves. I've never done 3. I always felt like 3 is too many. I tried with 2 at one point, and then I started breaking a little bit with the second one, and then eventually I got 1 super and 1 common, and I hated playing 1 and 1 of the rarity, so I just cut 1 out. But it's been working pretty good since. He's just another Foolish Burial. So like him and Torn Scales pretty much do the same thing, which is why I can get the argument of you would play more gloves, but I personally I'm very comfortable with the 1. And then the last Phantom Knight, Same Greaves. He comes in clutch. Like I've used him a lot. And now for the BA portion, we got Triple Tour Guide because it's broken. 1 Graph, 1 Seer, 1 Libic for when I open either of them. Libic is mainly for when I open Seer, but if I open either of them, I'll go with the Libic. Like if I open Graph and I can make a Cherubini, I'll send Libic, then drop the Graph, and then I'll link off with Graph and Cherubini to make my Rusty Bardache. Graph will trigger to summon Seer from deck. Seer will die automatically, then you'll still get your Cherubini back. And I also play Edgem Sabers. I think this card is necessary when you're playing the Red Eyes package, because if you draw one, you can put it back. If you either draw the Red Eyes Fusion or you draw the Dark Magician, ideally, or any of the 3 bricks that you're running, it'll put them back in the deck. Like that also works really good with Torn Scales. So like if you open this in Torn Scales and then you open like a Red Eyes Fusion or something, you can discard this off of Torn Scales and then summon this back by putting the whatever part of the engine you picked up back in the deck. And also 3 Kagamusha Knights is you can chain block with the tour guide. And now this is just pretty much all level 3 extenders. Psychic Package, Wheel Endurance and Tracker, Speed Void Package, Terratop Toktomborg. Maybe they just revealed Speed Void support, so maybe we might get this boy back at 3 someday. But I very rarely run into the issue of opening the Toktomborg and not the Terratop. I actually open Terratop more. But even if you do open the Toktomborg, because this deck does play Levier and it does play Appaloosa, you can. He's not a total brick as long as you make one of those. Still rank 3 level 3 engines, dangers, and that's it for the level 3 engines, like all the extenders. For hand traps, I play 3 Ash Blossoms. I was playing. So yeah, 3 Ash Blossoms, that's always been there. And this is kind of a tech. I tested it last week, and it's so far been working really good. And that's 2 Phantasme. So the logic behind this is mainly for Invoked. So like typically when they go into their Invoked combo, they'll go normal Alistair, and then either link it off for the Majestics chick, or they'll go for Almarash and just a Cure Garden to get their Mechaba. So you summon this, it's not a bigger body than Mechaba, yeah, but it's a bigger body than Winda. So when they make if they make a Winda up with a Schism, also because Phantasme is dark, they have to choose either interrupting your combo or going after the dark that's bigger than Winda. or they can go big brain and just be like, I don't care anyway, I have an Alistair in hand. But this does help for like cycling through your outs. There's actually 2 different times or at locals where I use this against an Invoke player. I played against 3 Invoke players at locals, by the way, Invoke Shaddolls. Where I summoned this and then I drew my Forbidden Droplets off of the draw 2. So even though drawing 2 is good, and also you can shuffle back your Red Eyes package. So, and also he's a Dark Extender. Red Eyes package. No explanation needed. Dragoon's broken. Now for the spells, outside of the, obviously, Red Eye Fusion, E-Telly for the Psychic package, Rhoda, because most of the stuff is a warrior, and then triple droplets. I wasn't playing these, I didn't have them, but then I pulled the trigger on them, and this card's amazing, especially in this deck. And then, that's it for the spells. For traps, it's just my 3 Fogblade, my 1 Wing, and my 1 Shade Brigandine. I like the protection factor. I do like this a bit more than Sword, because if let's say you have a Fogblade and a Wing set, and they Feather Duster you or something, you can still flip your wings and get the 500 boost and get a protection off, but you can't do that with Sword, because Sword, it won't do it. It will just go away. And that's it for the main deck. I believe it's a 44 card main deck. I don't mind going above 40 for this deck, just because you can just use your resources from the graveyard. Moving on for the extra deck. Got 2 of the Break Swords. Card's really good. I love this card. Levier the Sea Dragon to round off our rank 3s. Now for rank 4s, you got Evil Storm Nightmare. This can honestly be swapped out for anything. I just didn't know what to put into it. Kind of want to say Abyss Dweller could be a good substitute, but haven't tried it yet. I'm going to. Raider's Knight, so you can rank up into Archrebellion, because this thing just is an OTK machine. And then to round off the XCs, I just play a Zeus. I've never had to make him, but the 2 weeks that I didn't play him, he came up, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll hold him in there. Then for Links, Link Spider for the Shade Brigandine, Cherubini for starting off Link 2s. We got Cherubini, Verte, and IP Masquerena. I haven't gone into this for weeks, but I like it. But self-explanatory. Now her, it's for the Underworld Goddess. If you open something along the lines of Tour Guide, Terror Top, or a way for you to get 4 level 3 monsters with your normal, just without using your normal. Sorry, you can end. I've had an end board of Rusty, Dragoon, Verte, IP, Cherubini, and then next turn between the IP, the Cherubini, and the Verte, this gives, and one of your opponent's monsters obviously gives you this. So that's why I play IP. I make him a lot. He's a lifesaver. Rusty Bardache. I play 1. I've tried 2. It hasn't really come up the second one. Then Appaloosa, because it's Appaloosa. And then Dragoon, because I'm playing the Dragoon package. And this card is just fucking broken, dude. Like, there's times where I brick, meaning I can't go full combo, but it does mean I just make 2 monsters instead of Dragoon and pass. And typically when I brick, it also means I open like 2 Fogblade or 2. So it's like, yeah, it's a Dragoon, and I have back row protection with it. But yeah, that's the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment, like, any suggestions for what you think I should do with the deck. And I appreciate you for watching. This is me signing out.